What do YouTube? This is your boy Shaver Speaks. I want to talk to you guys today about Sweet Vicious. I know I'm a little behind, because it aired on Tuesday last night, but I didn't do it. But here I am. Just as promised, like always. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional. Things. Shows like this. Really get me a little emotional. Really charged up when the subject matter really hits. You know, really hard. And this is one of those episodes. If you're not familiar with what episode I'm talking about, it was last night's episode 7, titled "Fearless." And I can definitely see why it was titled that. A lot of things happened. Recap from last week's episode is we find out a lot. We saw from the previews of this episode that Ophelia's running from the law. Running from the police, campus police. After the vigilante strikes again. And one of the victims, I guess, goes to the police or something like that of that nature. And immediately, people catch Ophelia taking down one of the assailants. The sexual assaulters, and bystanders are able to record it. And they put it all over the place. So now, which obviously now corrupts the operation. Just as Jules told her. Now you put both of us in this operation in danger. And of course, Ophelia apologized, and she didn't mean to do that because as she said, she just saw red, which is understandable. You do these kind of things to people. Retribution is highly likely, most likely at the very top of the list of people who want to get revenge and vengeance for those people that were hurt severely. So that was on the guy's list. The guy had to get got. So as Ophelia's running from the law, she's just trying to get the heat off of Jules because people suspect, Harris, Bartman, they all suspect that Jules is the culprit. So what does Ophelia do? She suits up in her vigilante gear, after having everyone at the record store, including the rapist that person that raped Jules, unfortunately, who happens to be Candy's boyfriend, who happens to go by the name of Nate. So what does Jules do? She goes into one of the previous victims' dorm rooms, cuts his arm, and assaults him so that way the heat is off of Jules. Very elaborate, and very clever, if you ask me, but not very cool. She should take the fall herself, because she made the mistake. Unfortunately, people do see red based off of emotion, but what can you do in those kind of situations? What would you do? I don't know what I would do, honestly. It's one of those things, but and as this episode progresses, we finally, and I've been waiting for this forever. We finally see Jules break down and tell Nate how she felt that unforgettable, unspeakable night when Nate raped her. I could really feel the emotion. I guess that was the part that really got me emotional, was the fact that she was able to confess that to him finally, and let that some of that go, if not all. And here I am. You see Nate just walk up out of there, but unfortunately, I don't think she should have ended things with Tyler just because of that. I think she should have told him. I think she should have told Tyler, then went to Kennedy instead of doing breaking things off with him. I don't think that would have been the best thing right there. But as we saw from the previews, of next week's episode, the past, gets revealed. And from the previews, we see a woman in jail who looks to be her mother. And from what we know, from what Harris said in this episode, he said that Jules, because of his theory, is that Jules is the vigilante that has been assaulting all these guys. That Jules' father was a police officer, which explains a lot, which is why she's a vigilante, why she's able to do all these things that she does, and so forth. So I'm really looking forward to that to come up to head. Unfortunately, the security guy that Ophelia's tied with, he got let go because his theories, I guess, didn't seem right. Or he seemed like a kook. And the last guy that went down, I guess was related to him, so he got let go. Which I think isn't right. That's kind of bullshit. He was framed, and it really is something else, man. I really feel like Drew should have told Tyler, hey, the reason why I've been acting so weird, because he suspected that maybe she had a thing for him, and she should have just told him, hey, listen, Nate raped me, and that's why I feel so, and so forth. But then again, I do understand that, when you go through something that's just that traumatic, you just can't say anything. We've all been through things where we just couldn't tell someone that we cared about. It happens. But now that I'm glad that she got that off her chest. But now I'm really curious to see what Jewel's past reveals. Just as everyone else is. Really look forward to it, and I will be getting to that. I'll probably start getting my reviews done on this show on Wednesday instead of Tuesday, because some it's so compact, and I do a lot of things on Tuesday. So with that being said, this is your boy 6 Weeks. I love you guys. Make sure you guys, thanks for all the support. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment what you guys think on the video. I love you guys.